Isn't this a beautiful sight? Sorghum in the mist. We're at around 300 meters above sea level here, high enough to catch these cool, foggy clouds that roll in during the wet season. The Philippines looks incredible when you get out of the city and into the mountains, even in the rain. Don't sleep on visiting during the wet season. The big news is that our sorghum has started flowering. I only spotted 4 or 5 flower heads today, but I expect a lot more to appear soon. This is pretty incredible because it has had zero fertilizer and hasn't been weeded at all. I've never grown sorghum before, so I'm genuinely surprised at how well it's doing. Very little insect pressure so far too. Sorghum is known for being tough. It handles poor soil and lower rainfall better than a lot of other crops. That's part of why we wanted to try it here. I deliberately left the weeds and grass growing underneath as a living green mulch. When the soil is left bare here, it bakes hard in the sun. The understory keeps everything cooler and moister, and I think holding on to that moisture is one of the most important things we can do on this farm. In the newest sorghum patch I just planted, I added sunflowers and mung beans. The sunflowers should attract pollinators, and the mung beans will help lock in moisture while fixing some nitrogen in the soil. I wanted to interplant pigeon peas as well. They're deep-rooted legumes that pull nitrogen down into the soil, but I don't have enough seed yet. I've got some growing on the edges, and I'm hoping they'll produce seed for future plantings. So how do we actually harvest this? By hand. In another 30 to 45 days, we'll go through and cut the grain heads. After that, we'll thresh out the seed. It doesn't need to be perfect. This is just for our own chickens, so a few husks won't matter. Then we'll cut the stalks and leaves. That material can be dried and fed to the goats. Very little goes to waste. Right now we've got sorghum across several terraces. Nothing massive yet, but enough to give us a real test of what this crop can do on our land. The numbers are interesting. I'm expecting roughly 1 to 2 tons of grain and 4 to 8 tons of dry stover. That's about 7 months of feed for our 22 goats, and around a year's worth for 40 chickens. The only problem is we don't have a shed yet to store it all. If that's our biggest issue right now, we're doing okay. There's even more potential though. After we cut it, the sorghum should regrow. In other parts of the world, people are getting multiple cuts from a single planting, sometimes up to 4 harvests a year. We don't get cold weather here to stop it, so we're curious to see what happens. The wet season ends in November, so the real test will be whether it can handle the long dry season with maybe a little light irrigation. We're also thinking about getting a chopper to turn the sorghum and napier grass into 1-inch pieces. That should make drying and storing much easier, and the goats will find it easier to eat. Of course, goats can't live on sorghum alone. This will only be part of their diet. We'll still be feeding them plenty of other green material from around the farm. It's all a big learning curve. We have more land we can plant, but I don't want to keep expanding this sorghum monoculture. We're also trialling millet and amaranth in smaller patches to see what else might work well alongside the sorghum. I'd rather move toward more diverse interplanting with trees and other crops. We're committed to keeping everything organic. No pesticides, herbicides, or synthetic fertilizers. The goal is to build healthy soil by keeping it covered with living plants so the worms and organic matter return. The kids love walking through the terraces and checking on everything. It's become part of our daily routine now. Even if the sorghum failed to produce any grain from here, it would still be a win. Just the amount of organic matter it's putting back into these terraces is already valuable. I'm really curious, has anyone here grown sorghum in a tropical climate with a long dry season, or tried ratooning it? Drop your experiences in the comments. We're still figuring this out and would love to learn from others who've tried similar things.